tests being performed are basic tests expected from a knife and are performed in a controlled environment. Performance, opinions, and use may vary. Remember safety when dealing with knives. Hey guys, welcome back. So, knife review of the month. We're going to be doing the Uncle Henry's Mini Pro Hunter. And there's a lot of different little things with this, so I'm really anxious to go ahead and get this thing opened up. So let's go ahead and do just so. This knife has came from Orscheln's. This is which is now Tractor Supply, I need to mention. And so this is a Orscheln's or Tractor Supply knife. At least that's where I got it from. And this is also, I must also mention, this is a Shrade as well. It's an Uncle Henry Shrade. And it shows here that it's stainless steel, satin blade finish, full tang, nickel silver bolster here, and the Staglon handle, the scales, leather sheath, and leather lace lanyard. And that is actually taped up. So let's see what we can do to get this tape off of there. So this little lanyard, I presume, is so you can keep it around your hand. But I, right off the bat, don't like this because of how thin it is. It is maybe about 1/16 of an inch thick, so it's not that thick at all. So it probably wouldn't take a whole lot to break this. But the knife seems to be really nice. It's comfortable and everything. The Staglon, of course, is an actual antler scales, but still gives it kind of a really nice look to it. This is a lot like the Golden Spike knife that Uncle Henry has. Now, I've previously done a knife review on that one as well. And then this leather sheath is the one that came with it. And it seems to be a decent sheath. About as good as you can get from a regular store. And yeah, I'm putting this in right. Seems to be a little rough getting in. So, I don't know. Don't know about that right off. Just like I said, it seemed a little stiff getting in there. And a little tough to try to wrap this around to hold it. So, whoop. I think that spike, golden spike, has something in there too. So overall, I mean, the sheath, I personally don't like too terribly much, but oh well. This sheath probably won't last very long. Anyhow, I'll probably end up making a new sheath for this as well. So, and I just noticed the stain on this comes off very easily. So that's another downhill side of this. So, and between it going in tight, the snap not wanting to wrap completely around, and the stain wanting to come off, it's not looking too good for the sheath anyways. Oh, and it does seem though that it does give quite enough room here. So probably a good 3.5 inches. So be able to get onto just about any type of belt. So that is a plus side to it. So onto the knife. Let's go ahead and get this tested on the block. Alright, so let's go ahead and do batoning with this. It is a smaller knife. So but it is a full tang. So it should be able to take this up pretty well. The only concern is how small the blade is. And the wood I'm using, I don't know what type of wood this is. It is aged and it already has some natural splitting, dry splitting going on. So keep that in mind with this. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Okay, let's try a different piece. This looks a little bit more lively. Ooh. It's still maintaining sharpness here, so. So far, I'm surprised, so impressed. All right, so I think that does pretty good. And edge retention is staying pretty good so far. There is a little bit of curling, but not a whole lot. It still seems to be pretty sharp still. So let's go ahead and move on to the feather stick with this. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned off. And let's go ahead and try it. Yeah, it seems to be doing it pretty good. It was even there on that where that curl was on the edge, and it was still doing it up pretty good. It's not the best, but it still does it pretty good. So that is already a plus for me. So I am actually really happy with it so far. This is actually I think one of the better ones performing. So next is the ferro rod, and see how well this does. That coating may have some issues with this, but let's find out. 2 strikes. I was already getting sparks, so they're not very good. The sparks are not that good. I think what the deal is that spine is rolling over. Yeah, that spine is rolling over very easily. So that may be an issue. So I don't know how well I'll try to get it on the camera, but that spine, this side, yeah, it's really started rolling over very easily. So I don't know if you can catch it in there or not, but it is rolling over. So take that as you will. And so far, I'm not very happy with. And it will produce sparks, but it's not. After the initial couple of strikes, and after it rolls over, it kind of just goes out. Let's go ahead and try it flat on the spine. Ooh. Okay. So maybe if you run it diagonally on the ferro rod, and then just run it down the spine, just directly down the spine, so where it's straight to it, it'll do the job. It actually sparks out very easily now. Oh, there it rolls over. But it's sparking out very well now. I guess after that first roll, you run it on the spine, or just keep it on the spine. Just use it instead of like I was initially doing, keeping it at an angle to the ferro rod. Maybe just keep it straight to the ferro rod and do it that way, because it actually was pulling it off pretty good. So yeah, that's different. So I'm actually kind of happy about this. But this lanyard, it just doesn't feel right. It's awfully loose. I mean, even that way, having around the thumb, around the hand, it does keep it tight to the hand. But man, that lanyard is awfully thin. I feel it stretching in my hand. Of course, I got a bigger hand, but nonetheless. So this is awfully small. But this may be the intended way for them to for you to have that lanyard. So keep that in mind as well. All right. Whoops. So overall, it's actually not that bad of a knife, and it actually performs better than what I thought it would. And of course, with it being Uncle Henry, I should know better. But with it being such a small knife as it is, I had my doubts. But the sheath, I know it's not custom made like the way I do them, but it just seems like they're slacking quite a bit on that. Under a pinch, this would work and may be maintained for a while. So overall, it's actually not that bad of an ordeal. Like I said, I'll probably end up making a new sheath for this, which is no big deal. But that's because I like different styles than this for this small of a knife. It's overall is not that bad of a knife. So I probably put this at a 8 on my little scale. So we'll go ahead next month and we'll try a different one. Now, don't forget to go check out YouTube Shorts, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter for different insights of projects, project updates, and so forth. And they will be linked in the description below, so keep an eye out for those. The next one should be another Ocean special. So let's go ahead and jump onto the video verse. Alright, so if you guys have been following along, we just finished up chapter 9 in Hebrews and going to be starting in on chapter 10, and we'll be going through verses 1 through 10. And it says, since the law has only a shadow of the good things to come, and not the reality itself of those things, it can never perfect the worshippers by the same sacrifices they continually offer year after year. Otherwise, wouldn't they have stopped being offered, since the worshippers, purified once and for all, would no longer have any consciousness of sins? But in the sacrifices there is a reminder of sins year after year. For it is impossible for the blood of bulls and goats to take away sins. Therefore, as he was coming into the world, he said, you did not desire sacrifice and offering, but you prepared a body for me. You did not delight in whole burnt offerings and sin offerings. Then I said, see, it is written about me in the scroll. I have come to do your will, O God. After he says above, you did not desire or delight in sacrifices and offerings, whole burnt offerings and sin offerings, which are offered according to the law. He then says, see, I have come to do your will. He takes away the first to establish the second. By this will we have been sanctified through the offering of the body of Jesus Christ, once for all time. And that is Hebrews chapter 10, verses 1 through 10. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.